All right, question 7 tells us that at the start we have 81.637 gallons of water. It gives us a rate that the water is flowing in and out of this tank. And we want to know how many gallons, how much water is there at time t equals 6. Okay, well this rate, if I make this a function, like let me call this, I don't know, y of t. I guess the most common misconception that students have at first is, well, if I want to know at the end of 6 minutes, maybe I'm asking like y of 6. Maybe I should just plug in 6 into this equation. That's not what you should do. What this is telling you is at exactly t equals 6, at that one instant, it would tell you how much water is being added or subtracted to the tank. I don't care what's happening exactly at time t equals 6. I want to know what's happening at t equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, everything in between, all of those changes. And so the way we would visualize that is area under a curve, and area under a curve is integration. So the way to add up how much water is being added at time 0, time 6, and everything in between is integration. Now, this is not one that you can do by hand. It is one that you can do by hand when we do U substitution, but notice this question has 2 little asterisks by it. So when this showed up on the AP exam, and it will show up on your AP exam, they expect you to use a calculator. So we go to our calculator. You need to know how to ask it to do this for you. This is not something I can tell you guys on assessment day. Alpha window pulls up this menu, option number 4. Take all of the changes from 0 to 6 of 9 sine of t, the square, start over. Integrate from 0 to 6, 9 times the square root times sine of the square root. I don't know why that's so hard for my brain to type in, but okay. And then notice I put in x's instead of t's, but calculator is going to deal with it just the same. Hit enter, and now notice this is one of the choices, but this is not the answer. This is how it's changed over time. At time 0, plus time 1, plus time 2, plus time 3, all the way to 6, and everything in between. That's not how much water there is. That's how much water has changed. So you have to take what you started with plus how it's changed and then that gives you the total. So choice E would be the correct answer. So integration is a super convenient way to total up total amount of change over a period of time. You couldn't even compute this by hand if you wanted to. Like I said, it's not just 0, it's not just 1, it's not just 2, it's not just 6, it's everything in between. So if you add that, which is the change, to what it started with, then you know how much water there is overall. Yeah? Oh, yeah. You're right. So I didn't read it carefully enough. It says water flows out of the tank at this rate. So what I should have done is say I started with this, and then it flowed out of the tank, so subtract that amount. So yes, good catch. Actually, A. So the trap that I fell into there, I've worked enough of these that I know it's the starting amount plus the integral to get the change, but because I assumed I knew what I was doing there. I didn't read it carefully enough to see that this should be taken away. So A would be correct. So number 9 should be very similar. So if you had a question on number 9, please retry it with this. Calculator is going to do all the heavy lifting for you. It's really just a conceptual question. Do you know how integration helps you with that change over time?